Alright, welcome back. The crew, after escaping from the clown tunnels, came across a couple of various leads pertaining to something that they now call the Reaper. An unknown force that has now been given a name by Lieutenant Styles, mother of one of the first victims of the Reaper that the crew met. After coming up with a couple leads, the crew go off to do their thing.
Sad music.
Second. There we go.
Yeah, so because Lieutenant Veronica Styles, she's gonna call
Yes.
us right before we're supposed to go. I'm sort of remembering what she hired us to do.
The day
She's
before
gonna,
the parade.
Yes, the day. Thank you.
Yeah.
You still got a little bit of time before that.
Cool. So we could potentially prepare to look into this abandoned warehouse thing.
I think so.
Bit of time. While all this is happening, deep underneath Night City, there's a darkness, and it's not quite darkness because there's not eyes to see that there's not light. There's just nothing. And as that nothingness kind of focuses into a point, there's a small red light that you see floating above you. And as you focus your attention to it, you realize that you're staring at a boot screen with a command prompt blinking ever so slightly. And as you come to this conclusion and become conscious of it, strings of code explode out of it. A system starts to initialize. Systems are checked, and there's a faint whir as everything becomes blurry. There's the sound of hydraulics hissing, metal clanking against metal, a little bit of moisture, some liquids dripping. And in this cold, dark room that smells like dust and mildew, Dallas emerges from a tank. Now, in this dark room, there's no lights or sound except for a screen next to this tank that is dimly lit. Dallas, or something that looks like him, has just been reborn. Welcome back to life, Dallas.
Dallas is a Terminator.
Someone get that man a towel.
Oh yeah, you're naked, yeah. By the way,
And moist.
Oh,
just cock in the breeze.
God.
okay. I.
Turn this
What?
fucking grill.
Do I know where I? Do I know where I am? Do I have any memories of what's going on, or is it just like you wake up with amnesia out of this tank? Like, do I know I
Blast it.
died?
The last thing you remember, Dallas, is being on a job with Militech out in the desert in the Badlands outside of Night City. And the next thing you know, you're waking up not knowing when or where. Next to a bunch of various pods that look like the one that you just come out of. Some of them are open, some of them are fogged over.
Dallas climbs out, cussing like a sailor. The actual fuck, Jesus fuck, and he's gonna look around and see all these pods, and he will go to the one next to him and look in it. What the fuck is going on?
And the pod next to you is dusty and empty.
Does he see any that seem to still that are not open?
The one next to the one next to you, like the one two over. That one, yeah, there it is. That one isn't. That one is still closed.
He'll go try to like wipe dust off of it so he can see in it. If everything's all that dusty, he's wondering if some other people ain't dead. Yeah, at this moment, he's sort of suspicious. Might be like a cryo chamber or something.
Yeah, it's when you, as Dallas dusts off the covering on top of this pod, the only thing inside is an emaciated, mummified corpse.
Oh shit! I wonder why mine still works. Does he see a way out?
There is a door to the south right here. That leads to what appears to be some kind of decontamination chamber, but both doors are open, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, I don't have my deck, my cyber deck. I can't scan for a port. Okay. Does it look abandoned?
Confines,
Oh yeah, it's abandoned.
Okay.
except for a pile of clothes that you can put on conveniently.
Maybe we'll find some further in. If it obviously looks abandoned and these pods don't seem like they have power, are there any that look like it has power? Or they all have power and there was still bodies in them?
It just appears like yours is the only one that does have power,
Yeah, he'll make his way out.
which Dallas determines that that's the only reason why he's the only one that's alive too.
Because his is the only one that had power. Man,
The
can
smell
you
must
examine?
be terrible in there.
Yeah, can he examine the pod, the area around the pod, just for anything he thinks might be useful before he gets out of there?
Not immediately around the pods.
Can I look around in general? Man.
You can look around in general. These right here are like server rooms and utility outlets.
Or like
Looks like there's a
15.
couple. There's a couple personal computers, like tabletops, like desktop computers.
Oh, can I check those?
I'm
I gotta
assuming
hack 'em.
Militech logos on everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great question. Okay, yeah, because for all Dallas knows right now, he's still employed. I'm curious. I don't know Dallas would think to check this, but Devin's curious if it looks like a younger version of Dallas. He wouldn't know to look at himself, it sounds like. Can I try to get onto those laptops and see what's going on? I want to check the dates.
Give
First
us
thing Dallas would check.
But you can get on. You can attempt to get on. There's some of them that will not turn on at all. But there's a string of computers on the back wall that do turn on.
Okay.
It seems that like the fuse boxes are shot, but it seems like there's one or two that are still kind of active, so there's still residual utility power being run to the facility, even if at just a base level. And in select spots.
Oh fuck! Is this a server bank y'all been sent to find? Okay. I would like to try I'd like to. Is there a screen I can interface with? I would like to try to get in there and first check the date to see any information I can find, any files, schematics, documentation.
You boot up the desktop. It takes a second. The fans explode. Not like literally, but they're very loud. It looks like this thing's about to take off, yeah. As it clears out whatever dust's in there. You check the date. The date is May of 2047. Which is weird for Dallas, because that's like a good 10, 15 years past what he would think.
Okay. From where he remembers. Alright.
Let's see here. There's a couple files. A couple of them are labeled Revenant. There's a bigger, baser file that is labeled Project Axolotl. You got it.
Let's see.
You see him, and as you notice that all the files are head marked with Project Axolotl.
Oh god. He doesn't have anything to save this with because he doesn't have his deck or anything like that. Oh shit. They're like a data shard laying around. Man. Okay. He can't do anything with that right now. He will not stop to read at the moment because he doesn't know what's going on. and he's lost a lot of years. So he's gonna leave it on. He's gonna go look for a way out.
As Dallas stumbles around a little bit, there is a intercom speaker in one of the top corners of the room that suddenly crackles on a little bit. And you hear a bunch of raspy static kind of come out of it. Until you hear small whisper with a heavy Russian accent that says, Dallas, is that really you?
That's a good question. Who the fuck is this?
Kind of look. Dallas will look up toward the speaker where he saw it, and he sees that only one of the security cameras in the area has a little red light on it, and it kind of goes up and down and kind of nods at him a little bit. And he's like, "It is me. It is Nico. You do not recognize your little fur-lined friend?"
I'm sorry. What? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He kind of looks around. This is some kind of fucking test. This is for an op.
Interesting. You'll kind of hear some typings, like some clacking, like some key clacks. Saying yes. It appears this machine right here, there's an interface plug. Go ahead and plug into that.
And do that without my cyber deck. I know I technically still have the thing in my hand, built in my neural ports, my neural things. But
Yeah, you still have you still have interface plugs, but you don't have a cyber deck. But you still have your interface plugs and all that stuff.
so I can plug directly into that server.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Now hold on a second. That sounds like a trap to me. What is? No. What's going on here? Is that an order? I need your name and rank.
Good God, you really were always this paranoid, weren't you? Dallas, I promise, Revenant. Everything will make sense once you get your memories back.
At this point, it goes to the level of crazy that he's like, not even the military could be pulling this shit. And so he's gonna go over there and, you know, he's butt ass naked in the bunker. He don't get out of. He'll go ahead and he'll jack in because he doesn't. Yeah.
Alright, when Dallas jacks in, there'll be multiple files that start to download. His eyes will kind of glaze over for a second, and then he'll pop to with all the memories of living in the desert, running back into Mateo at Afterlife, making plans with Valerie, and even a slight flash of an RPG fire getting shot by a crazy clown before you woke up here.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, we really thought we lost you there, friend. I mean, we did lose you. This does not make sense.
I was fucking dead. Where the fuck are we?
It seems you are under University District.
And you're not. You.
Oh, no.
You expect me to believe you just happened to have surfed by this camera there, Hoss? You had to have been looking in here for a reason.
I'm always looking places for reasons. But you know what they say about curiosity and cats and all.
Jeez. Dallas reaches down like he would have shot the camera in frustration, but doesn't have any clothes or guns on, so yeah. Throws his arms around. Do you know how to get out of here?
Let's see here. I was doing some fun running. Picked up your signal in this weird place. Seems like a lot of this appears to be suited especially for you. To the... See, you're in here. Down here, there is a bank of lockers. I can tell from inventory logs that there are clothes, as well as maybe some gear for you. Other than that, there is a service elevator right here.
I did not see it being, but Dallas sees it. Dallas will go collect some gear. Is it startlingly like the stuff he had? I'm a little curious about that. He'll go at least get some.
It really is.
I see.
A lot of the lockers are open and empty, except for the very last one, which is number 23. There's 2 more after that, for 24 and 25. But those the last 3, they are filled with identical gear, the one that you put on the morning that you were killed.
Tels walks in there, freezes for a solid 2 seconds, and goes, "This is mighty fucked up." He will put on number 23's clothes. Is that his guns and stuff too?
Jordan.
I wouldn't say his guns are there,
Oh god.
but you look in there, you find things like an agent, a cyber deck.
But not his guns? I'm sorry, I might have misheard that.
Not his guns, no.
Okay, gear. Okay.
I'm assuming those are issued elsewhere.
He's gonna go back out to the main room and count the pods.
The counting pods. I mean, there's not there, but there's 25 of them.
Okay. Oh fuck.
Like I said, the 2 that weren't empty, the specimens are not viable.
Oh, I see. Oh. Alice takes a very deep breath, and we'll go to the service elevator.
I'm just curious,
So-
how much viscous white fluid was there inside this chamber? Was it everywhere?
Oh, it was gallons of the stuff.
Okay,
He's
one
just
more
a
question.
Jason Bourne.
Before he leaves, do the last 2, or do any of them look like they might have expired from foul play?
Now it seems like the intermittent power failures like destroyed their life support, and they just went bad.
I've got to get. Oh, Dallas goes back to the computer and downloads the files that he didn't have time to read earlier, so that he has them, so he can read them at his leisure. And then he will go to the service elevator. He'll look at the camera Nico's been talking to him out of. Are you gonna tell the others?
I mean, I planned on it. They're all pretty shaken up. They'd love to know that you're back.
Sorry.
If you in fact are back.
That's a very good question, House. Back for the last time, it looks like. Going with his paranoia and the theme he has earlier, of even going to buy burner phones and stuff just to go on a date, he'll say, give me a week. If you don't hear from me, you're welcome to tell him.
Sounds good to me. We all have our secrets.
Most of y'all know what y'all's are, though.
This is fair. This is fair.
Dallas hits the switch on the elevator. He can go find out what the fuck has happened to him.
While you're walking up, the service elevator opens to a very long corridor. There doesn't seem to be much else in there. And as you're walking down, there seems to be kind of a lull in the conversation between you and Nico. And Nico kind of like break the silence and be like, so how are you holding up there, Dallas? I mean, it's same body, but it is very much a shock, no?
Sus. I've definitely been better. This quite frankly doesn't make any sense at all. I seen all the Militech. logos on that shit, but I'm back there. But this isn't. Something's missing. If this is 23, the last one was 22. Where's 21 through fucking 1? Particularly, where's 1 or 0? And you can, like, he sort of babbles for a second, like trying to process what he's trying to figure out. And he's just gonna keep walking. I mean, he wishes he had a gun, but he gonna keep moving.
He's like, back in Soviet Russia, after the data crash and Bartmos broke the internet, we weren't able to long distance net run like I'm doing now, as you might know. You being a net runner, this ability might seem strange to you, yes? Well, it might seem strange to you that he's able to remote net run like this.
It is. The first time you called Bakaneko, I was mighty suspicious.
Well, as you know, when the net went down, so did the network that holds the architectures together. It was overrun by rogue AIs and Bartmoss's rabbits. So anything not to localize obviously became very deadly. Rogue programs would see netrunners or any net denizens as lesser programs themselves instead of human beings, and would assimilate them and delete them. We lost lots of netrunners this way.
You're talking about when
However,
they sit in the chair and get burned up.
Yeah, you see. So, I was conscripted by the state to operate in net running project. And then Nico will kind of go into some details about this, but this essentially is the story about how he lost his body and became a cat, which changes his net presence so dramatically that the rogue programs don't even notice him as a program, which allows him to move freely.
So this mother trucker lives in cyberspace, a full-time cowboy.
Oh, you know it. So he'll kind of confide in you a little bit. He's like, so I realized what it is like to lose body. At least you look the same after the ordeal. You should be grateful.
I can't lie to you, Hoss. That's mighty fucked up. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's not all bad.
No,
And while they're talking and kind of joking around, now as you reach the end of the corridor to a second service elevator, one that you definitely recognize from your Militech days. Bam. It appears that this facility that you're in is an offshoot of Project Cynosure, the most clandestine of clandestine Militech operations.
Oh no. Is this something Dallas knows about, or something that, like, that's what Dallas knows? It's so black tape he didn't even look at it.
He wouldn't know a lot of specifics about it. He would know that it is the most hush-hush of hush-hush.
I see. Knew it existed, but knew that it was super high level. Okay.
Like, he did some work with Project Cynosure, but he's not exactly sure what his work was doing.
Oh Christ, I have to get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah, no, that's no good. He's gonna check himself for serial numbers. I mean, we was already close to property, but this. He's gonna try.
Seems our countries are not so different after all. Hey, cowboy.
Don't get me started. Sorry to interrupt your version. He's gonna try to sneak out of there as quickly as he can. Actually, Dallas would try to find an armory first, then he would try to sneak out of there. Because it's easier to get out when you got your guns.
Dallas will look around and seems to find like a small security checkpoint where you're able to get just a regular heavy pistol.
Sweet.
You also score like, I'd say you also score a flashlight too, because it's kind of dark and scary down here,
Sick. Oh.
which is really just for funsies.
Indeed.
But Dallas and with Nico's guidance will go up the elevator to try to get to the ground floor. But when the doors open, like a lot of dust falls, and it appears that this door hasn't been opened in quite some time. And it is covered with wooden pallets and what look like sheets. So it looks like it's not been barricaded, but there's been like a very flimsy thing put up.
A cover-up sort of thing.
Kinda.
Dallas will knock it
Dallas,
over. Yeah.
if you knock it over and make your way through, surprisingly, you find yourself back in Big Top Circus. These guys aren't here, obviously, but
Dallas, there you are, man. Finally.
Oh, yeah, and so he can see the blood in the pool of white where his body was. Just can't see his body.
Mhm.
Oh. Wha-
you have flashes of dying in this exact spot.
Yeah.
But now the room is eerily quiet except for the dead Nozo drones and Big Top's giant mechanical arms twisted and curled up like a dead spider.
Dallas looks at the pistol he just looted for like a solid 4 seconds, and then he's gonna put it in his holster and start trucking his way out of the sewer.
Alright. If Dallas is still trying to be clandestine and all that good shit.
I am. That's what I do. I am the Revenant. I actually don't remember if his stealth is better than. Oh, this isn't Dallas, is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, around this time, we swap back to
Yeah.
the crew crammed into Mateo's car. Kind of passively on their way to the coordinates for this warehouse that they got from Cyrus Fletcher. I'd say about halfway there, Ubik receives a call from Lord Aki.
Hello?
You know, Ubik, baby. I heard through the grapevine that you guys might be doing a little hush-hush work for a guy at Ziggurat. You're not allowed to ask how I know that. But it seems that there's something you guys, if you guys want to make a little extra eddies, there's something I want from that warehouse too.
Of course. What is it?
You'll find it in a crate that's labeled Project Oracle.
Okay.
Inside, there's plenty of fun toys. If you guys are headed there now, in the old Japantown combat zone, I need you guys to pick up somebody and take them with you.
Sure.
That's what I love about you. That's what I love about you, Ubik. Always so agreeable.
Well, I feel like I still indebted. Is that the right word? Obligated. Like I don't have a choice when you tell me what to do.
There you go. Obligated's a good word.
Do we even have room to pick him up though? Like you did mention we were crammed in Mateo's Joan.
Yeah, you're gonna be meeting up with my buddy Tetsukage. He's got his own bike. He'll just follow you there.
So this crate is anything for us, or we relinquish all of it?
Well, It's a bit complicated. I need the case itself.
Alright.
Try not to open it. You nosy boys. You.
It will be done.
All right, click. And since I do not have maps ready for this, and we're getting late, we're gonna end it there.
Tattoo Kake. What'd you say
Wait,
his
wait,
name
wait.
was?